When you think about the Boston Red Sox, you automatically think about Fenway Park. The Fenway Park, one of the most famous ballparks in America. And when you picture Fenway and everything it has to offer, it's hard to not think about the famous Yawkey Way Souvenir Shop. Located right across the street from the Gate A entrance to the ballpark at 17 Yawkey Way, the Souvenir Shop is considered a Boston landmark, with every Fenway tour starting and ending at the store. Although the store has grown to be one of the biggest souvenir shops in the country, it hasn't always been that way. The company was founded by twin Italian brothers, Arthur and Henry D'Angelo, who came to Boston at the age of 12 and quickly discovered the passion behind Boston fans.
The company started in 1947 by the two Italian brothers who came over and have really started the headwear line. Started selling pennants first, then started the headwear line. In the last 10 years, they developed that 47 apparel line. So the store's been around for a while. Certainly does not look the same it's been over the last 50 years. We've expanded, we've changed. So this is all happening in the last 7 years. We've done a lot of work in adjusting it to the way it is right now.
You can find pretty much anything you need at the souvenir store on Yawkey Way, right across from Fenway Park. It's one of the most popular souvenir stores in all the country, and it's definitely one of the biggest. You can find t-shirts, hats, baseball bats, anything you need if you're a true Sox fan. Today, the Souvenir Shop has become one of the most successful family-owned enterprises, manufacturing almost all of their own apparel.
Top three items would be just our basic Navy hat, which, you know, similar to what the players wear. Everyone's got to have one hat if they're a Sox fan. The player t-shirts, people with name and numbers on the back, Red Sox on the front, would be number 2. And then number 3, I don't know, maybe like a Wally doll or something like that. I mean, those are certainly 3 of the biggest.
This season, the store has improved their technology by adding computers behind the desk, a much-needed improvement because last season the staff was still adding up the merchandise by hand.
I mean, I can remember back in the day when we barely took credit cards. I mean, we used to, you know, do imprints of them, and now it's all computerized within the last year. You know, of course, we went from phone lines to internet lines a couple years ago. And just the product has been updated. Things like women's items, which are now taken for granted. We didn't have women's items 10 years ago. You know, that's a whole new category for us. Kids, we barely had any kids back then. Now it's a huge category as well.
The corner store, which is located before the gates and making it more accessible without a ticket, has recently updated their look and made their merchandise more accessible to all customers.
Especially this store. No one could touch the stuff, everything was behind and you had to ask us if you wanted it, but this year they have it. The computers are electronic now and people can do their own thing now.
The store is a family-owned business with over 200 employees throughout the year. The common thread between everyone working at the shop? Well, they all share a love for the game, the ballpark, and of course, the Fenway faithful.
You're right next to the ballpark. What's great is, you know, the crowd, everything that goes on in here, you're a part of. You know, part of 04, part of 07. You want to talk about being near a World Series, be part of a World Series championship. People coming in here just start high-fiving all of the different sales associates as they're walking by. Just a fun atmosphere. It really is.
Another part of the brand that has expanded over the years is the new 47 line, which offers more vintage-inspired pieces. And last year opened up a store on Newberry Street. And even when there isn't a game, the store is always busy, with fans from all over the world checking out the place.
Just all the history about the store. I mean, everything about it. I mean, it's a throwback back to the the original start of baseball. So I love it. Being from Toronto and coming here, it's fantastic.
And even though the store focuses on the Red Sox, Yankee fans can even get something to bring home with them after the game. Because at the end of the day, it is still the greatest rivalry in baseball. Sox fans have been embracing the Red Sox brand for years and years. And even living in Boston, you feel obligated to have a Red Sox hat, which seems to unite you into the growing Red Sox nation. So when you decide to buy that hat, if you want the best selection, make sure you stop by the famous Souvenir Shop on Yawkey Way. And right now, the store is enormous, featuring
And,
all different kinds of Red
as
Sox
much as I
merchandise.
love Red Sox fans, I will say this, that they are intense and they're loyal, and I think that's great. There's something that New York and Boston have in common. There's a reason why there ends up being a lot of fistfights in the outfield, is because they're both loyal fans. They both love their teams, and certainly that's what's great, is you really enjoy the fact that baseball is a religion to them. There's a higher being involved, there's a higher power, and they truly believe that.